Alright, in this video we're just going to talk about the idea behind the divergence theorem, and then we will state it and we'll follow up with some examples. But before I do that, I just want to survey a little bit of where we are. We recently discussed Stokes' theorem. And Stokes' theorem allows us to evaluate a circulation line integral by evaluating a double integral of a derivative function, the curl of f, dotted with n over a surface. So it tells us that the surface integral of the curl of f equals the boundary integral of f. I'm stating it this way to help you see the parallels with the fundamental theorem of calculus, right? What we're doing is we're saying we're going to integrate a derivative function, right? The curl is a derivative function of the vector field, and that should be equal to integrating over the boundary curve, just the actual function itself. And so it's a very fundamental theorem kind of idea. That fundamental theorem says that we integrate a derivative function and then we get the antiderivative evaluated at the endpoints, where the endpoints are the boundary. So it's a very similar idea, right? So just as a reminder, statement of Stokes allows us to equate a line integral, circulation line integral, to a double integral over the surface of the curl of our vector field, and of course this is over the surface. So that is Stokes' theorem. The divergence theorem, I'm also going to just think about it in words first. This is also called Gauss's theorem. Very powerful theorem and really nice to use. So the divergence theorem says the following, a very similar idea. But this time, we are taking the integral of the divergence of the vector field. So the integral of a derivative function, right? Divergence is also a derivative of the vector field of some sort, over a solid volume. So over a solid, over a solid. So this is actually a volume integral. It will be a triple integral. And it says that this is going to be the same as the flux through the boundary, where the boundary is a surface. Flux through the boundary. So we're integrating again the derivative of some vector function, and it should be the same as integrating over the boundary. The original function over the boundary, the original function being the flux. The vector field. So that's the idea. In Gauss's theorem, we're thinking we have some 3D object, solid 3D object. Maybe it's got some cross sections like this. Solid 3D object. And we say we're interested in the flux of the surface that encloses this 3D object, but we want to know the flux of the vector field, right? The vector field F through the surface of this 3D object. That's what we're interested in. And so we can represent that by saying I'm interested in the flux integral. So I want to know the surface integral of f dot n ds, and recall this represents flux through our surface. And it equates this to very localized I'm trying to look for a color, divergence. So we look at the divergence within every single point inside of our object. We add all those divergences up. And so this equals the triple integral, so the integral over our solid, and so this is going to be over our solid D of the divergence of our vector field F dV. That is the divergence theorem. And what's the idea? Well, the idea is that whatever has to come out of from through the vector field goes through this object, right? This solid, and whatever comes in and out has to be, whatever's going through has to be the same as what's happening inside, because we're not creating or destroying any matter, right? Nothing gets created, nothing of the vector field gets created or destroyed. So whatever's going to go through the surface has to be what's going on also on the inside, the divergence on the inside. And in class, I'll talk a little bit more about the parallels to Green's theorem. I'll do a diagram that'll kind of show, well, I'll do it now. Actually, I'll do it now. So here's the idea, right? The idea is we have some kind of, just imagine this is a 3D object. I'm just not going to make it look like 3D. And we partition this thing into tiny little rectangles. We're interested in measuring flux. And so to do that, we say, all right, we know how to measure the flux over a surface, a piece of the surface. So we say, all right, take a little piece of the surface here, right, on top, and measure that flux. So we'll measure flux, so what's going outward or maybe inward at every little point in that little region. And what we get when we measure that is we get the divergence of the vector field. But what happens is that when you have any consecutive boxes, right? So you've split this up into tiny little regions. The divergence in this side, maybe it's going out that way, is going to cancel the divergence on this side that might be going in this direction, right? Because you have the same piece of surface, and the divergence will cancel because they'll be going in the opposite directions. And so everything around here is going to cancel, and so we're adding up all these little divergences at different points, and we'll just be left with what's going on across our boundary, because all the little rectangles inside, the edges have canceled out. So that means that for every point that's in this region, we add up all those divergences, and that's going to be equal to what's going through, in or out of our boundary. And so that's the major idea of the divergence theorem. So I'll just write it here as a statement. We do need outward pointing normals, and the normals, of course, are pointing out of the big solid. So let's just write down the statement of it. So we have D is a solid region that's bounded by a closed surface. S. And the D is oriented, or the surface is oriented by outward, I'll write this as a unit normal directed outward from the solid. And we're going to assume here that F is a vector field whose components are have continuous partial derivatives. And the statement of the theorem is as follows. The surface integral, flux integral of our vector field, and sometimes you can write a big circle here saying that this is a closed surface, and this is equal to the triple integral over our region of the divergence of our vector field times our volume element. And so this is saying on the left that we're measuring flux through the surface, and this part we have the divergence of F is the flux flux density per unit volume and so we add up all of those flux densities over the whole volume of the solid and we should get the flux through the surface. And so that is the statement of the divergence theorem.